Hi, everybody. This is Jason.
This is Pete.
And this is the Lost Legions podcast. And what are we doing today?
We're here to talk about command slots in all their glory and in all their sheer volume. So this is going to be a bit of a megasode for us.
Yeah, we've been preparing for this for like 2 days. I did half of this yesterday and half of it today. So if there's a typo, blame Pete.
Yeah. I've gone through spell check and I've just gone ignore. So yeah, we should be all right. Why don't we get into it then? So this is following on from our series, a mini series, if you like, of reviewing the Force organization chart, and we are working on the primary Crusade detachment. So we're looking at your command slots. So as Jason has very kindly signified with the images here, you've got your options here, your command slots in the main Crusade detachment, but you've also got the optional command slot on the Apex detachment, I think. Is that right?
Yep.
Something like that. Similar, isn't it? Similar to that. Anyway, that's where you get your command slots. So, kicking off into the mega list of command options. Jay, do you want to hit the Centurion?
So we're starting off with the Centurion, and just to point out, a lot of these have a foot and jump, a Terminator of both types, and mounted for Outrider and the jet bike.
Yeah.
So what we'll probably do, all of the slides are in here, but we're probably just going to touch briefly on the options as we go through, but we're gonna go through and kind of talk about the Centurions first. So the Centurion is, as maybe some of you know, all of you know by this point, your best option for getting units, new detachments, because he has Officer of the Line 2, which means he can take 2 detachments, which makes him really good for growing your force, which means you're going to see a lot of Centurions. You're going to need a lot of Centurions. Well, you don't need them. You can take other ones, but like he does a lot more for the points in growing your army than other ones do.
Yeah, so, I think you'll see at least one in nearly every 3K-ish army. Otherwise, you end up beg stealing and burrowing your way to try and get units in. You're using logistical benefit everywhere, aren't you, and all that sort of stuff. So it's and
they're not bad, like for options. Like they have a lot of different options, as you can see. They can even take a Cyber Familiar. They can take a Vexilla, which was interesting. Pete pointed that out. And you can give them a jump pack, which is great. They can, move 12. They get the anti-grav, like movement type. They can deep strike. So they're really good that way. You pretty much can take anything from the officer's war gear list. And I don't know if you want to skip down really quick and just show them the officer's war gear list.
Last page, right?
Yes, the last page. So there's then we have to come all the way back though. Actually, just forget it. Oh, there we go.
So we'll reference this now and not on every single Centurion. Otherwise, this will just be us going back and forth on all of the options, right? But
a lot of them can take from the officer's war gear list. Not all of them, but this means that they can take boarding shields, combat shields, slender hammers, lightning claws, power fists, power weapons,
Build-A-Bear.
Basically, it's their Build-A-Bear options, and then there's the Legion pistol list too, which is plasma, hand flamer, and Volkite. So a lot of them have these options. So we'll jump back to the Centurion now. And now why don't we go down to the Terminator version?
Yep.
And it's pretty much the exact same rules, except, you have a couple of different options you can take to Build-A-Bear them out. You have the 2 different types of Terminator armor. The thing I think to point out here is that their wounds go up to 4 and their toughness goes up to 5. Otherwise, they pretty much stay the same.
Yeah, so Terminator armor is +1 wound, +1 toughness by the looks of things.
Yeah.
And then the Cataphracti goes -1 movement, but +1 invulnerable, right?
Yes.
And then they got a load of special rules on top of that, haven't they?
And then you're slow and purposeful if you're in Cataphracti, and you're not if you're in Tartarus. So you can't chase people down, and you can't run if you're in Cataphracti. So they do have their pluses and minuses. And like I said, we're not going to go through every single one of these. But let's move on to the Mounted Centurion as well.
Yeah.
So the Mounted Centurion, I think, again, to point out what's going on here, is for some reason, and this is every single Outrider one, their intelligence is one less than everyone else. I don't know why. I don't know if they hated Sons of Anarchy. Like, I have no idea.
Bike speed dumbing them down. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. The jet bikes don't dumb them down, but whatever. And the Outriders move 14, the jet bikes move 16. All the jet bikes usually have the heavy bolter upgrade to Volkite Culverin, Plasma Cannon, and Multi-Melta. They cost 20 points more. And this is pretty much all the same through what's going on. But again, so your Centurion is, and we're probably going to talk more generically about the consoles as we go on, but we wanted to go through these options with you because they're repeated again and again as we go through. And
it's good. Well, with the new Legacy PDF, we've now got 6 options on how to build a Centurion, right? You got on foot, jump pack, Tartarus, Cataphracti, Outrider, or jet bike. Like, there's a lot of platforms, really. So, there's a lot to think, lots to take in, right?
And most Centurions get this. Most consoles get the same amount of options, right? Some of them don't. Some of them are limited to some of them, but like a lot of them get these options.
Yeah.
So
to summarize the Centurion, then, what do you think? Do you think his flavor is he gets two detachments, right? So
yeah, he is a combatty character who gets like a lot of options. He's decent. He's pretty much the baseline. He gets 4 attacks instead of 3. Some of them only get 3 attacks.
Yeah.
He's got a 9 leadership, which is good. He's decent. I'd say he's like pretty much your baseline main console character.
Yeah.
And again, you'll see a lot of them because they can take the 2 detachments. Why don't we move on to the next one, which is the Opte?
Hot Potato. That's what I think we should name him as. The Hot Potato. I think it's Opte. I don't know. Answers in the comments. I want it phonetically spelt. Is that the right wording? I think I'm using the right wording. So the Opte, he is 50 points. He is your old from Heresy 2.0. He is the Centurion, essentially. He is the Centurion reincarnate. He is almost like a super sergeant type character, right? He is there to be a cheap as chips way of buying an auxiliary detachment. That is his practical use for the army list, but he is also a fantastic modeling opportunity and cool, like, fluff building. Yeah, this is like a sergeant who's gone through the ranks and he now leads this or that or whatever the situation is, right? He's quite cool.
Takes from the sergeant warrior list, interestingly enough, which I didn't add into this, but like it's not the officer warrior list. So like Pete said, he's a super sergeant.
Yeah, he's got 3+ save, so he's not in his artificer armor, he's in regular power armor, he's only got 2 wounds. He quite literally is a super sergeant, isn't he? So yeah, he's cool. Options for on foot or jump pack. No particular special rules. He can take an Opte command squad, can't he? I think in the Legacies list. I think so.
I might have missed it.
No sweat, buddy. I think he gets the option for that. He used to in 2nd edition. Answers beneath if you can, guys. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he still gets that in the Legacies PDF. I might be wrong. Which is then again it's like a veteran boy band squad. So yeah, that's pretty cool. He gets all of the same sort of options which we've discussed. So he can trade out his bolter and pistol for the Sergeant Wargate list, as Jay just said. Again, we're not going to go through the full list, otherwise we'll be here just reading out Wargate to you. So not a lot more to add on that guy. He is a cheapest chips version. I can see you going, oh Christ, I really want to make sure I can get an extra support unit detachment in or whatever. But I really don't want to spend the points. I'll throw in an Opte and get that in there, and he's good to go.
Yeah, I think that's what he's really for, is for actually just a cheap version to get a good detachment in, right?
Yeah, that's his primary choice. It could be quite cool to give him the prime and make him your like mini challenger guy. Like give him all the extra like challenge buffs and stuff, and have this like mini champion running around. But then you just take a champion, surely. Right, moving on. Oh yeah, so he only gets the one option. He doesn't get mounted and Terminator, right?
Nope.
He is that. That's him.
So the librarian. The librarian gets all three sort of different options. He gets mounted, Terminator, and jetpack. He is pretty cool. Like, you'll see his willpower is 9. His cools drop to 7. So, like, again, he's going to be a specialist. He's not going to really help your squads wither any fire, which is kind of an interesting spot for this guy. He can take 2 disciplines now, and we haven't really talked much about psychic disciplines, but they all seem to be a reaction and some sort of like offensive power.
Yeah.
So, the free version is thaumaturgy, which is good. You can take thaumaturgy and pyromancy, for example, and you're going to be 95 points, and you can plunk this guy down, and you'll have yourself a little turret. They are interesting. I haven't really messed again too much with psychics this time. We're gonna go through it, but like, it definitely seems like a viable option. Again, if you want to take a librarian, again, what you do in this version is you take sometimes you take cheap versions just to expand your list and get different detachments, and that's what we're going to see with all of these. But he's actually pretty good. I think he's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We could scroll through maybe the next 2, and you could take a look at him.
It's 115 points as a Terminator variant.
Yeah.
And as a mounted, yes, go ahead.
Oh, so the mountain's 125. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, or 1 free or plus 10 if you want a scimitar, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his war gear is nothing out of the ordinary from what we just looked at with the Centurion option war gear, I think.
It comes with
options. The alternative options is what I mean, right?
It comes with a force weapon, which is cool, and you really can't swap out that force weapon. So
you can't. Okay, cool, good.
No, you don't. So this is where you start getting looped into what you can take. And you'll see this with the Legion Champion. So just keep an eye out for it, because actually from now on, most of them are not Build-A-Bear. So a lot of the actual consoles are very specific to their tasks. So yeah, the Librarian is one of them. But I think we can move on to the Legion Champion, and he's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so this guy, I'm really excited to look at building a model for this, and to use my Iron Warriors gambit, and just die and go down swinging. Will be fun. But yeah, he is 105 points. He can go on foot or jump packs as normal. The Never Back Down. What does Never? Do you remember what Never Back Down does off the top of your head, Jay? Is that like refusing challenges or something?
I believe he always has to challenge.
Okay, cool. If you don't mind checking it out whilst I talk a little bit more here. So he comes with some cool war gear. So he comes with a Serpenter, which, to be fair, like looking at the pistols options, the Volkite Serpenter definitely seems pretty A, cool, and B, good. A Paragon Blade ain't nothing to be sniffing about, so there's that. It's a shame that you can't trade it out, but it's what it is. We mentioned about the jump back, and he can exchange his Volkite Serpenter for a Combi Melter, which is a very odd change, but there we go. Terminator version of him, all the same as what we sort of saw before, but again, as Jay sort of mentioned a moment ago with the Librarian, you're now like locked in your war gear to a degree. So we've got the Paragon Blade. He may exchange his Combi Bolter for a Volkite Charge or any of the Legion Combi weapons. And that's pretty much him there. And again, on the bikes, it's going to be the same. You've got the Paragon Blade, and your Volkite Serpenter. So that's what you're locked into having as war gear. Jay, if you've got that rule.
Never back down. Yeah, never back down. The model with the special rule must take part in a challenge if able. So he basically has to declare a challenge.
Okay. Cool. He can't be disgraced. He can't. He has to issue and has to accept, yeah?
It must declare a challenge, yes. Or accept a challenge.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
If it can.
Always be challenging.
Yeah. which is cool. I think the other thing they do, which I didn't actually put in here, is I think don't they unlock a special detachment for you as well?
Yeah,
I think some like vigilators and stuff do as well. So keep an eye out for that. But I think that is actually a cool detachment. If you take this guy, he can particularly take, which allows you to get an elite, a heavy transport, and a
retinue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Legion Champion. Yeah, you're quite right. One retinue, one veteran unit, and one heavy transport. So yeah, he's a cool way of unlocking some Apex units without maybe using your Praetor to unlock Apex units. How do you feel about him? Do you think he's a top contender of your things to choose from, or what do you think?
I think he's good. I was looking this up, so I'm not sure if you talked about this, but he has his weapon skill of 6.
No, I didn't.
Which is really good.
Very good point. That's really important if you're challenging all the time, right?
Well, and also if you are able to take him as a prime slot, you can give him an extra weapon skill and attack.
Ooh.
So he actually becomes
He's got 5 He's got 5 attacks as well, base.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So he can actually become really, really good.
Yes. So he's just comparing him to the Centurion. Sorry, but in 2 attacks over basic Centurion and 1 weapon skill above the basic Centurion as well. Sorry, you said he's locked in on the Paragon Blade.
Paragon Blade, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I like him. Next up, the Esoterist.
So the Esoterist is another version of the Librarian. I think that I just spilled my drink.
No. Do we need to take a pause, or are you good?
No, it's okay. But I wanted to flip open the Esoterist's actually powers. So the Esoterist is a different version of the Librarian, but he's only stuck with the Anathema special like power set.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing is he has a 10 willpower, unlike the Librarian who has a 9. So that's actually pretty interesting. It has psychic darts, which are actually pretty cool. They're shred 5, force damage, so they can do 2 damage, 5 power d6, range 18. And then he has a Seal the Veil psychic reaction, and he has Breaching the Veil, a blessing. Okay. So
what's the story behind him? Do you know what the fluff difference is between between him and the Librarian? Is it that
I think they have to do.
Go ahead.
These guys have to do with the forbidden lore.
Yeah.
Like I think they have to do with the warp and things like that. I think normally you kind of associate them with bad guys, but I think the good guys use them as well. This is the kind of like, I think, precursor to kind of what you see with the Grey Knights. Are more of the Esoterists. Yeah. So
I genuinely don't really know much about them. I never really looked at them in the game before. So if we're slightly wrong or slightly different on that, then do let us know in the comments and tell us how wrong we are. But I think you're right. I think it is. Is this something to do with the Edict in Ikea and they decided not to go along with it or something along those lines? Or am I wrong in saying that?
No, I don't think so. No, I think that I think it's just something that happened late in the Heresy.
It's been a long while since I read anything.
And they start like getting more and more into like the warp. Like I think this is kind of based off in 40K, like the Grey Knights and stuff had the more warp powers, and I think they're kind of taking from that, and that's where the Esoterists come from.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
Because it's the good guys use warp powers as well to kind of stop the evil like Diabolists, and I think that's where the Esoterists kind of come from. I think he has really cool war gear though, the Archaeotech pistol plus a force weapon. You can get him a jetpack, and there's a Terminator and a mounted version. So they're all pretty cool. It's that That 10 willpower, though, I think is really good. So if you like the anathema discipline, I think it is really good. Although the other librarian can actually get multiple disciplines, so he's more flexible.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
I think he's not bad. He's 95 points, 125 points for the Terminator, and 135 points for the Mounted Esoterist. Again, with an intelligence minus, because I don't know why. Because bikers, that's why. But yeah, not a bad option. Pretty much analogous to the Librarian, I would say.
Yeah. So, moving on. We have everyone's favorite, the Command Rhino. So this thing looks like it's essentially a standard Rhino. Movement 12, BS4, it's all the same, isn't it? 12, 11, 10, 5 points. Transport capacity 6. He gets the Command Vox Relay. I guess that's really the reason why you're looking to take this guy.
Yeah.
Is it only the Master of Signals who also gets a Command Vox Relay? I'm trying to remember, but I think so.
Not sure.
So that's cool. Mobile command vehicle, so you can use the characteristics from one model embarked for characteristic tests.
Yeah,
fine. What does that mean? Does that mean you can shout the commands across to different units?
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that is
that's
exactly walkie-talkie. What it does. So,
yeah. Okay. Not a lot more to say on this one, really. I think it's thrown in here because the model's still up there. I don't think
it's very good. Like, to be completely honest,
doesn't do anything.
Transport cap 6, and you can use the characteristic from one model embarked for a characteristic test when somebody needs it. You can already do that with a Nuncio Vox. So, like, it just, I think, like you said, I think it is the model's there. So I think that they've put it in. I can't really see a reason to take this.
This would be kind of cool if it unlocked a specific auxiliary detachment to give you more of like an armored company kind of feel or something, like maybe more tanks or something, or tanks with prime slots on them or something like that. I don't know, just to add something else to it, because it does feel a bit bare bones, doesn't it? But I think we can move on from that one. He is definitely not what we really want to be talking about and looking at in the command slot units, I would hazard to say. Moving on, Jay, the Vigilator.
So the Vigilator is pretty cool, I think. He gives you other things you can do. He has Infiltrate 9. He has the Nemesis rifle, which actually is kind of like a souped up like sniper rifle. I put 4 damage. It's not 4 damage. That's my bad.
Is it 1 damage?
I think it's 1 damage, yeah. And it is 1 damage, but it's heavy D, so it goes up to 2 damage.
Cool.
The horrors of cut and paste. Sorry, guys. I think that the cool thing about the Vigilator is, again, he is another person that unlocks another one of these detachments. He unlocks the recon detachment, right? The auxiliary recon detachment, and that gives you 3 recons and like a speeder slot, which I think you can also take airplanes with. So like, this is why I think some of these guys are really good, is because they unlock these detachments. He's decent unto himself, like, so he's got BS7, he's got a pretty strong rifle, and you could put him just pinning people down. He's got smokescreen as well, which means that he can shroud with a reaction.
Yeah.
And I think overall, like, I like him. I like that he brings the recon detachment. So if you want to take a bunch of recon Marines, he might be one of the consoles that you want to take. He's also fairly inexpensive, right?
Yeah.
So you throw a Vigilator in here, and then you can unlock 3 recon squads. So, like, let's say you're Raven Guard or something like that, and you want to do a thematic kind of list. You could take 3 recon squads and like a Storm Eagle or something, which is pretty cool, just for taking the Vigilator. So, there's some of these guys that unlock these things are actually really, really good for that reason.
Yeah, I like that. I just amended the Nemesis rifle stat line at the bottom there. So yeah, 1 shot, strength 6, AP 3, damage 1, range 48. So yeah, I think he's good. I think the heavy D is pretty cool. He could quite easily put a few wounds on a character, really, if he gets that precision on. He's AP 3, right, as well, so he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, he does not get a jump pack or a bike.
No, it's just
he is on foot.
Yeah.
All right, the chaplain. I
also notice most questions I've seen is why the fuck do I take a chaplain?
It's obvious why you take him, but it's like he's the most like I don't know. I hate him and want him at the same time.
I don't think it's obvious, actually. I think
do you know?
People really not at all. I think people look at the rules and they go, "Why the fuck do you take him? He doesn't have hatred. He doesn't have anything that makes him fearless." I don't think it's obvious. I don't think that I think that that cool 10 is just sitting there, and it's going to take people a while until they start actually playing a little bit more to kind of realize how good that is.
Yeah, well, that is literally the reason why you take him, right? So, I mean, if we compare him to a Centurion, right? So he's the same points as Centurion, same weapon skill, same ballistic skill, same strength, toughness, wounds, initiative. He's got 1 more attack than a Centurion, so he is a little bit more choppy. He's got a leadership of 9, which is the same, I believe, and then a cool of 10.
Yeah.
And he has an intelligence of 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the whole purpose you take this guy is to keep you guys in the fight now, so he just keeps them going, which is not what a chaplain has always done, sadly. But it is what it is now, and like gaming wise, that is probably pretty important. I kind of want to run one with like a unit of 20 Tat Marines and just have him keeping the troops in line, sort of thing.
He's going to keep you from getting pinned or suppressed or stunned, right? Like, because these are all reactions that you resist with cool.
He's going to keep you scoring, which is, but I mean, but it's a very different role than what you used to use him for. The Crozius Arcanum, is that I haven't actually checked. Is it just a power?
I think it's just a power maul. It's pretty much just a power maul.
Yeah, okay. So he gets a power maul. Yeah. There's not really a lot to say about him, is there? He does that.
No, okay. There is one thing to say about him. If you take a Nuncio Vox, one roll. So if a unit has a Nuncio Vox, 1 roll, they can call into the chaplain. And the chaplain's like, "Don't do anything." Yeah. Like they can use his cool for 1 roll if they have a Nuncio Vox. That's where I think he really comes in. So you want one on the board just to use his cool for the unit he's in and for another unit.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, he's pretty cool. We're not going to talk about too much detail here, but you can apothecaries and how they work now when they get to do their recover test, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember, a lot of this is still new to us as well. When you go to recover from a status effect, you subtract 2 from your score. So if you're trying to recover from a pinned test on a cool of 10, the only way you're failing that with an apothecary in the same unit is on a 12. So there are little combinations you can build to then really keep your troops in the fight here. So there's a few things to consider. But he is kind of dull. I think that's the thing, right? You almost want something else from him.
He's super dull.
Yeah,
I think he's completely dull.
Yeah.
He's very lackluster, is what I kind of feel. But I mean, when you look at what he does, I think he does a fair amount.
Even if he had like his own little gambit or something, like just some if he does a challenge, he gets to like, I don't know, not back down.
It's super boring.
It's just it is a bit dull.
He's not that much. He's 80 points, right?
It's cheap for what he does, I think. Or he's good value for what he does. Yeah.
How much are the other two? 110,
110 for attack and 110 again. Yeah. Yeah. So moving on to more flavorful things. Probably one of the most flavorful ones, I would argue, which I quite like this guy. I'm using him in a game tomorrow, Jay, for the first time.
Harold.
Yeah. See what happens with that guy.
So, he has the fear rule, which I think is really, really, really cool. Let's see, 41, he's Harold. So his icon of allegiance, I think, is the most interesting thing that he has. The model of icon of allegiance immediately gains 1 honor point each time. That model is a winner of a challenge. That model is part of a combat that includes at least 1 enemy model. All honor points gained by a model are lost when the model is removed as a casualty. So if you die, that model is part of a unit which the model gains the disgraced. So he can't refuse a challenge. Basically, he can, but he lose
his honor points. Yeah, the honor points are like, and you can trade honor points in at the end of the game for victory points, right?
I think so. Yeah,
so it's like an arcade, right? Going up with your big your Rema tickets. Like, I can trade all these in and get myself a big prize. It's kind of like that. Have you got the rule there in front of you? The icon of allegiance.
Yeah, I do.
Because when it says if he wins, if he's part of a unit that wins, it's really weirdly oddly written.
Okay, I'll read it. That model is part of a combat that has included at least 1 enemy model that does not have the vehicle type when the controller player is decided the winner. So basically, if you're not fighting a vehicle and you're in a combat, you get an honor point.
As long as you win the combat.
Yes.
Which doesn't mean killing the enemy, right? So at the end of the round of combat, if you've won...
No. I think winning the combat means they're going to have to run away, right? Oh, no.
No, it says deciding the victor, because you decide the victor at the end of the combat stage now. Of the
it's part of combat that included at least 1 enemy model. Yeah, and the controller player has declared the winner. Yeah, I think you're right.
So I think you could fight like 4 rounds of combat and then eventually kill your enemy, and that would be maybe worth 4 victory points. I think, based on how it depends. Because does it say declared the winner, declared the victor, or is it specifically
declared the winner?
Declared the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever, because I think, and again, it's a bit new, but I think there's a whole declaring the victor section on the close combat rules. So, yeah. If you're aware of how this works already, guys, and you're listening, you think that's not how it works, then do just let us know. I think it would be super odd to have maybe a herald locked in combat for 6 turns of combat and then get 6 victory points. But yeah, interesting.
I've not seen a combat last that long in this game. So
no.
I mean, I've only played 5 games so far, but like it's been a lot more bloody. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, that means you're just probably going to want to gun down those heralds as soon as possible. Because if he dies, he loses all his honor points. This is why I think they're not victory points.
That's why definitely not victory points till the end of the game. Yeah, they're specifically they're like temporary victory points. Yeah, because you got to smoke his ass if he does collect those 6 victory points for winning 6 rounds of combat, which will be hard to do in a 4-turn game. But like you're gonna have to smoke him, so he becomes, I think, an objective to kill just because of that. Yeah. It's interesting. So he is a very cool like console, I think. Yeah. And then he also has his other flavors of Mounted and Terminator. The Terminator one is 130 points and the Mounted one is 140 points. So I think that I think any of them would be good. Like, I think it just kind of depends how you run your army, but I definitely think a Herald will be interesting. You're probably going to want him. I mean, you're going to want him in close combat though. So it depends on how you run your army. Yeah. Yeah. It's a cool modeling opportunity as well, right? Like having your big banner dude is always awesome. Having on jet bikes might not be terrible. Like just punch them around and trying to win as many combats as you can, but it's high risk, high reward, isn't it? I guess there's no negative to you using him. You just don't get what he's scored. He doesn't cost you victory points if he falls. So, yeah, interesting. Moving on, we got the Overseer. So this guy has just the one option again, so he's on foot, 85 points. He has a Centurion stat line, just scanning the stat line as I say that. So yes, exactly the same as the Centurion stat line by the looks of it. He causes...
I think he has one less attack.
Okay, yep. He has Fear 1 and Master of the Auxilia. So this is the guy that allows you to basically bring Auxilia, solar Auxilia units into your force quite easily, isn't he? That's what his sort of thing is to do.
Yeah, he can join them, and then they don't get a leadership penalty.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a Power Lash. Goes out on the Power Lash, which is +1 initiative modifier, -1 strength melee, AP 3, damage 1. Meh. Okay, fine.
Well, and you could change it for a Power Maul, which I have no idea why you
at no points. At no point difference. Yeah, okay. So you go for your Power Maul.
He does have Fear.
Fear 1's pretty cool. Yeah. That can make a big difference. But yeah, that's pretty much him. He's, I think, going to be... he's going to be used very sporadically, I guess. Do you see yourself using one, Jay? An Overseer?
No. Never.
A Night Lord's Overseer would be pretty cool,
though. Maybe. I just don't like Solar Auxilia. Like, nah. I'm not a big fan of the mans. Like, I like the Supermans, but like the little mans, I'm glad they're in the game, and I'm happy for people that dig them. I'm just not that cool with it. I mean, I guess maybe if you're doing like a themed Alpha Legion list, it'd be fun to have an Overseer in there. I don't know.
I'm more interested in the Solar Auxilia now that there's like a decent plastic range, right? I might look at them in the future. We are definitely 90% Legion Astartes focused podcast. Because that's kind of all we know. Yes. But no, we will touch on other things occasionally.
I mean, so the note can join Solar Aux with no leadership penalty is because, like, you know, if they're in as an allied detachment, you can always join your allied detachments now, which is weird, but everybody gets a -1 leadership penalty.
Yeah.
So, like, it's cool that this guy doesn't, so you can throw him in there. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do for them, though, like, other than be cool and stand around, and I guess that they're going to test on his leadership. So, okay, so that's what they do. So he ends up being a bit like a chaplain for your Solar Auxilia.
Yeah, he's like a mook chaplain. He's like a more fluffy chaplain. It's essentially what he is, right? Moving on. One of my favorite ones. Take it away, Jay.
The Siegebreaker. So, the Siegebreaker is he's always armed with a Thunderhammer, which I think caused a little bit of consternation. Has Fossack bombs, has the augury scanner, so if he's in a unit, you can't actually shroud from him. Yeah. The Cognus Signum, I'm not 100% up on. I think it helps you with blast templates.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it allows you to draw a line of sight from him.
Yeah, that's it.
To something that's firing indirectly, I think.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. I remember reading it, and I was like,
how I just said that, but yeah, I think that's basically what it is.
Because it used to be +1 weapon skill, and I remember I read it, and I was like, what? This is terrible now.
Yeah.
This is what you see when we do these videos. Like, Pete and I are looking down because we have our books here. Because again, like, everything's so new. And we've only played so many games at this point. Like, it is it's new to us.
I've still just played one turn so far. So
oh really?
Yeah.
I've played 5 games.
I've got 3 games in the next 3 days lined up, so I will have some more Battlefield data, but yeah.
Well, cool. I think 2 of them were with me.
Yeah, that's right. Phosphex bombs are pretty good.
Go ahead, tell us about them.
Well, they got it's a small blast. I think it's range 6, if memory serves me right. AP 3, strength 5, poison 3+, if I'm remembering correctly. Something like that. Anyway, it's designed to eat power armor. It can breach as well. And the best thing about it is it's got the panic-free special rules. So it is super useful for getting things out of your way. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to think of like what he is super useful for. Like the Phosphax bombs are cool. The Cogma Signum is kind of meh unless you're set up for it. But like, so you're right. What it does is you basically draw a line of sight from him.
He unlocks Phosphex on your quad mortars as well, on your quad guns.
Okay.
Yeah. And he gets his own auxiliary detachment as well, so he can take 2 rapiers and 2 vindicators, I think it is, or bombards, I think it is, as a siege detachment, whatever it's called. So yeah, he unlocks the Phosphex canisters on Phosphex quad guns, which is available on the rapiers and that Land Raider. Is it? I can't remember which Land Raider it is.
So that's what you're going to want to take him for. Okay, got it. So he seems very specific, but not bad. Useful if you're going to bend your list in that direction.
Yeah, exactly. I quite like the detachment because before the rules were out, I had got a load of Vindicators with demolished cannons and a load of rapiers. I'm like, cool, I want to run that siege breaker detachment.
So it's Storm Battery. So it's 2 support slots and 2 tank slots. Support slots in the detachment may only be used like rapier batteries. Armored slots in the detachment may be only used to select Aquator, Bombard, or Vindicare siege tanks. Okay, so flavorful. So again, like what we're seeing is some of these more specific consoles, because they unlock detachments, they're going to allow you to make your army in certain ways.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's no slouch in combat, and his Phosphec bombs means he wants to be up close. Because, you could toss a Phosphec grenade out, make someone panic -3, then they're going to be initiative 1, and then you run in with your Thunderhammer and club him. He's all right. He's pretty good, I think. He is expensive, though. He's 115 points, right? He's quite pokey.
And he has a Jum pack. I just at the very bottom of the word
jump pack. What's a jump?
A Jum pack.
Jum pack.
Yeah, the Jum pack.
Moving on. He comes in Terminator outfit, as we just discussed. He still has Phosphex bombs, which will be fun to watch him try and thumb one of those out with his big Terminator gauntlet. And he has a mounted option as well. Master of Signals. So this guy's changed quite a lot. The Command Vox relay, Jay. Do you know what that does off the top of your head, or not? I'm struggling to remember.
The Command Vox relay allows you to add +1 or -1 to your reserve rolls, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's why you're going to want to take him.
Yeah. Okay. So you get to be a bit more reactionary to how you're bringing in your reserves. So that's fun. He doesn't really do much else, does he? That's his thing now. So yeah. Does he get to apply any negatives to the opponent? Or
I don't believe he does. I think he just has Command Box relay, and I think he basically changes the way he gives you a plus or minus for reserves.
Yeah.
So I played a game last week, and I wished I had this guy because it was so brutal. Because for 3 turns, so this thing happened to Ian. His Storm Eagle didn't come in turn 1, and then my guys didn't come in for 2 turns in a 4-turn game, right?
Okay,
so it was brutal. Like these guys didn't come in, and so it's a 4-turn game. While he's on the battlefield, he can modify reserve tests by 1. In addition, you can make an intelligence test.
Yeah, because he's got intelligence 10, leadership 8, cool 7, willpower 7. So he's leaning more into these intelligence tests for sure. That's what he's designed to do. Still got 4 attacks. Comes with a mount. Whilst Jay's reading that and going to tell us what it does, he comes with a mounted option as well. There's a bit of carryover here. He definitely doesn't have Phosphex bombs, but that's that's no drama. He can come mounted, yeah.
So he can basically give somebody else an intelligence of 8 is what's happening.
Cool.
Until the end of the turn, the unit gains. Oh no, sorry. This is why he's good. So he makes a check, and then until the end of the turn, the model gains the line 1 special rule and loses the Vanguard special rule. Or it can gain the Vanguard special rule and lose the line special rule.
Okay, so he can change what the tactics of the unit is doing at that point.
Yeah. Yes, which is really good. So so not only can he modify your reserve rolls, he can modify your scoring. So that makes him extremely good.
He's just gone from meh to yes. And that actually will also then change the command rhino as well, right? So the command rhino, I mean, still, I don't think it's going to be as useful as a little dude hiding somewhere, but yeah, you're going to get on the command vox relay.
Yeah, because it has the command vox relay as well.
So you get to change Vanguard to line and line to Vanguard. Is that how it works?
So the 8. So basically, it counts as having an 8 intelligence. The command rhino does. So command rhino has 2 things it can do. But it has the command vox relay, so it also manipulates your reserves. So both of them are actually pretty cool. Plus the command rhino now, I guess we're understanding what it does. The command rhino now, you sit inside and someone can test on your characteristics from there. So it kind of does both things.
Yeah.
And the command rhino is 120 points. This guy's 115 points. And
you get to, just to be clear, you get to change a Vanguard to a line. Is that how it works? Or you get to increase the Vanguard or line by 1?
Until the end of the turn, models of this unit gain the line special 1 rule and lose the Vanguard special rule if they had it. So you could just give somebody line 1.
Okay, got you.
Until the end of the turn, models of this unit gain the Vanguard 1 special rule and lose the line special rule if they had it. So you can give a unit line or Vanguard.
Yes. But you have to trade out the line or Vanguard if you have the opposing. Okay. And you have to do an intelligence test. Yeah, and you have to do an intelligence test to do this, right?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's
yeah, I think they're really good, actually.
Yeah. Yep. That's good. Moving on.
And they come in mounted flavor.
Yep. Which is, I think that's new. I don't think he ever used to be able to take a bike.
No, I don't think he did.
Pretty sure he didn't. Yeah. So that's interesting. The Pravian. Cool. Autobots, man. So yeah, this guy loves robots, right? So he has Battlesmith 1, which means you get to do 1 repair roll on a tank or a dreadnought or something, or remove some statuses. He gets Inferno Pain 5+ because he's made of robot bits. Master of Automata allows him to be accompanied by Battle Automata, and he gets an added Forsorg slot for Castellax. Okay?
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense. And then he has a Cortex controller, Cyber Familiar standard, which will help him with his intelligence checks. Yeah, not a lot more to add to that guy, other than, yeah, if you want to run some Phalanx, then he's going to be a dude. And he gets to add, Castellax as well. Is that right then? So he gets to add a Castellax.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Moving on. The Moritat.
So the Moritat, I used him the other weekend and I thought he was terrible. However, I've reread the rules and now I understand why he's okay.
Okay.
So,
enlighten me.
He has 2 overcharged Volkite Serpentas, and what that means is if you look at the weapons thing, they can fire, I think, 3 times, maybe 4 times for the Volkite.
It's 4 times for overcharged, yeah.
I think same thing with the plasmas. I think the plasmas might only be 3 though. But so for 10 more points, you can have plasma pistols. And they're always, I think, overload 1. So what the deal is like I shot him and I was like, okay, this isn't that many shots. He didn't really kill that many people. But what I didn't realize was Firestorm is in there. And what Firestorm does, which means he gets to snapshot at his full ballistic skill. So he declares a charge.
Yeah.
He gets to snapshot his full ballistic skill.
Yeah.
He does his move, and then he doesn't need to roll the charge. He doesn't need to complete the charge. So he can basically declare a charge, volley fire, and they get to volley fire back at him, and then cancel the charge. So he basically gets to fire twice.
And he's being 6, right?
Yes. So that's why he's okay. Yeah, overcharged ones are... What?
4
Firepower
shots.
4. Yeah, 4 shots. So... And then overcharged plasma pistol ones are... Firepower 3. That's why. So yeah, I fired like 6 shots.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is kind of meh for 6 shots, but I didn't realize that I could do the Firestorm thing and then fire 6 more shots, right? So like this is why he's actually pretty good, because he actually does get to fire a lot more shots. So he gets to fire 8 shots in total with the Volkite Serpentos.
On volley fire. And 8 in the shooting phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 16 shots overall. Yeah.
And then 6 with the plasmas, and then 6 in the volley fire phase. All at his normal BS. So he is a lot better than I thought, especially for 85 points. And then I'm trying to remember how many points he is with I didn't put his jump pack. I think he's around 100. The normal one, because the funny part about this was the normal Moritat is the jump pack Moritat in the book, because they just did the models they have, so that in the Liber they gave you the Moritat without the jump pack.
Yeah.
I found it pretty funny. He's 95 points. So there. Yeah, so it's only 10 points for the jump pack for him.
It's not a lot, is it? And he gets he gets critical hit to hit rolls of 6, right? Because he's BS6. BS6 is critical hit 6 up, I think. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
So 6 is going to be an automatic wound with an extra damage, right? I think.
Yeah, if that's what critical hit. Yeah. If BF6 is automatic,
BF6 is critical 6. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really cool. So he's actually far better than his stat line lets you know.
At first glance, yeah.
Yeah. At first glance, he looks kind of shit. And then when I used him wrong with that Firestorm, and not knowing that BS6 gives you critical 6, that is really good.
Yeah, especially on the Volkites. 8 shots. Yeah. It's pretty decent, isn't it?
And he also comes with the rad grenades as well, which is pretty good. Which I think has
no power weapon anymore? Doesn't look like it.
No. He has no power weapon at all. Yeah. Which that kind of sucks for modeling wise. But that's pretty much him.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I think he's going to be fun with some destroyers and stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. Moving on. The Forge Lord. So I've been looking at this recently. I think this might be helpful to keep my tanks in the fight. So he is like a souped up tech marine, basically, right? So he has he's got BS6 as well. So that means he's going to get crit 6 on his guns that he can shoot with, which we'll come to in a moment. He can take phalanxes, Legion. This is the guy who can take phalanxes, sorry, compared to the Praevian. Praevian give you the Castle Axe. Battlesmith 2 means he gets to do 2 repair rolls in a turn. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. It means he can do a repair roll and recover by 2 hull points or remove 2 statuses. But the Machinator Array is what lets him do 2 repair rolls. So he could...
It's on the next page, by the way.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That'll definitely help.
Just to help you out.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's all there. So yeah, a Machinator Array, a model with Machinator Array can use the Battlesmith special rule twice in the same turn. So in theory, you could, you got a Land Raider. It's just taken... It's got 2 hull points left. You can go roll your dice. Yeah. Back up to 6 hull points, baby. You're good to go. So he is, souped up Tech Marine Man. His guns, what does he have? So he's BS6. So what guns are we certain?
Hold on,
certain he's BS6?
Let me double check, because again, I was
carry over from the more that screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Whilst you're checking it out, so he's got Power Axe, Standard, a Bolt Pistol, Frag Grenades, Crack Grenades, Machinator Array. He may take exchange his pistol for Legion Officer War Gear List. Can exchange his Power Axe for Thunder Hammer. And he can have a Cyber Familiar, which I think you would give this guy. He's got an intelligence of 10, so he's going to be pretty good at doing the Battlesmith anyway. But you're taking this guy to maximize his Battlesmith ability, I think. So why would you not want to use the Cyber Familiar to help you with your intelligence rolls? It'd be weird if he's BS6, because I can't see that he's got any other guns other than his bolt pistol.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I think that is
Typo.
Forge Lord is BS5.
Yeah,
So,
cool.
my bad.
Right. No, sweat, man. It's you've probably inputted about 200 data entries for.
I've done so many of these. Guys, sorry if there's any typos, guys.
Oh yeah, by the way, use your actual rule books for building your list. Yeah, this is just a discussion. So he's got that, and he gets the Legion of Phalanxes, as we briefly mentioned. So this special rule allows Phalanx units to be selected as part of a detachment that includes a Forged Lord. When a model with special rules include an attachment, 2 additional Force Organization slots are added to that detachment. These slots can only be filled with Phalanx. So, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. And Phalanx are pretty good from what we've seen so far. He comes in a Terminator format, which is BS5. He comes in mounted Forge Lord, a mounted Forge Lord. Odd, but there we go.
Brendan used to have one of those back in the day.
With his iron hands, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pseudo toughness 6. So I still feel the pain of it. Yeah, I remember that. That was great fun. Enzo Mortalis, this T6 biker, just going down the corridors. I mean, having him on a motorbike, just keeping up with your bang bus, your Spartan full of dudes, just repairing it is quite fun. Or behind a Mastodon or something.
I still think it's funny though that the intelligence is one less for everything. It's not like just one thing. Every weird. Outrider bike has -1 intelligence.
Moving on, so the Primus Medicae. Do you want to hit this one?
Yeah, so the Primus Medicae is I think we vaguely talked about this somewhere else. The Primus Medicae is basically on
a previous
medic.
episode,
yeah. Which now they've completely changed. They don't really give you feel no pain anymore. The real quick TLDR version is they give you a -2 to your rolls to recover from a status effect. So if they're in your unit, it's easier for you to recover from a status effect, which can be really, really good. And they also have a reaction.
No, I was literally. I thought we were going to miss it. No, yeah, good.
They also have a reaction that they can trigger, but this uses your reaction allowance to use them to whatever their medic role is to basically do a save. It's not feel no pain, but it is just kind of like feel no pain. So you get shot, you do a reaction, and your guys have a special save on a 4, and they don't die. But it does take a reaction, and that is, I think, the bigger difference. So it's better, but it costs you a reaction. Primus Medicae, the thing about them is that this is the only way to take them
mounted
with a jump
packs,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the foot one is kind of whatever, because you can take a foot one, like a normal foot one, but like the jump pack one and the Terminator one. So if you want, the Terminator one, actually, let's look at the Terminator one. This is one of the ones that is slightly different. So the Terminator 1 is actually based on the old model, like I think the special model that came out from Forge World for some sort of game day or something, but has a needle pistol. So you can swap out for the needle pistol, which is kind of cool. And that model came with the needle pistol.
Yeah.
So that's a fun way to take a Terminator or to take
two shots pinning is it's all right.
It's actually not bad. Actually,
yeah, it's fine.
So yeah, the needle pistol. If you got that old model, you're stoked. I think mine's been repainted 3 times. He's jumped from place to place to place, and got a thunderhammer now. So he's kitted out. Oh, can he take a thunderhammer? I don't know if he can. Is my guy illegal?
Oh, definitely. No, this model may have its power weapon exchange for 1 item from the Legion Terminator melee weapon list. There you go.
Perfect. He can have his thunderhammer. He can have his healing hammer.
Yeah, I heal you.
And he can be on a bike.
Because you could so he is an upgraded apothecary for all for all examples moving forward, really, right?
Yeah.
The difference is you can put an apothecary in multiple different units now, right? Like you didn't used to be able to add an apothecary to a Terminator squad, but now you can, I think. Because I think
as far as I'm
specialist
aware,
rule, don't they? They can just join a unit.
As far as I'm aware, I don't think there's any restrictions for apothecaries now. I think they can just go wherever they want.
Yeah.
As far as I've been able to tell. So you need to get an apothecary detachment to get them, and then you need to dole them out because they're like independent character, not independent. They're like characters now. They're specialists. They could join and leave units. So they're a lot different than they used to be. And again, like they're more about status effects than they are about healing, but they all do have that medic reaction, which is cool.
You can do a Primus Medicae on a jet bike. You know, I want a fat Terminator Primus Medicae sat on a jet bike with his healing plasma cannon. Yeah, it's interesting to see what you can do now, but yeah. Yep. Nothing else really to add on that guy. He is, if you want a medic console option, then he's your dude. Okay, I think we're going to see a lot of this guy moving forward. The Delegatus, a fan favourite for sure from the previous edition of Heresy. He is like a miniature Praetor, essentially. So he has a Centurion stat line. For the most part,
rules are on the next page too.
Thank you. He has access to all of the Centurion war gear within reason. Not a Vexilla by the looks of things, but multiple things there, which is cool. So you can kit him out the way you want with weapons-wise, pretty much. And then the Delegatus special rule essentially allows this model to take an Apex detachment instead of a auxiliary detachment. So it's another way of unlocking those Apex detachments. So that's really cool because there's not too many ways to do that. However, he does gain the Slay the Warlord rule, which brought an interesting conversation to us the other day, Jay. Like, you can have multiple Slay the Warlords now, right? I think Slay the Warlord is just a category of commanders rather than your commander, if that makes sense. So you could have a Praetor and 2 Delegatus. You can have a super elite force with all of your combat retinues, command squad retinues for those squads. Really elite force, it would be really cool. But you're going to give up 3 lots of Slay the Warlord, potentially, because you've got 3 big, heavy command guys in play.
I think this is a different video, but I think I do want to bring up Master of the Legion in this, because he doesn't seem to have it, from what I can tell.
He doesn't have it specifically, yeah.
And Master of the Legion gives you an extra reaction. So Master of the Legion is huge in this. So this is where, like, even though he's a cheaper Praetor, I don't know if he's going to replace Praetors. I think you're going to see him more, like Pete suggested, as another guy to unlock an elite detachment.
Apex.
What are they called? Apex detachment. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so he... you're right. He gains the high command kind of status which then comes with Master of the Legion almost, right? It comes with Apex detachments as an unlock. So he kind of gains that part, and then Master of the Legion is its own separate rule. So far, only for Praetors from what we've seen. Cool. He comes Terminator, and he comes with a pair of roller skates as well. So moving on, we got the Mortificator.
So he's cool. He lets you unlock 3 dreadnoughts, which is really, really cool. His Corpus and Stave is actually really good for fighting vehicles. So it is shock with pinning, suppressed, and stunned on it. So he's able to like slap something for 3 statuses. He's pretty cool, man. Like I think he's really, really interesting.
He gets to repair stuff as well with his Battlesmith.
Yeah, he's Battlesmith too. Yeah. And he's 100 points. Like he's an interesting model. He lets you do something different. If you liked the old, was it Fury of the Ancients?
Yeah, he's the way to go for it.
This is kind of how you're going to recreate your Fury of the Ancients list.
And he gets to for the 3 dreadnoughts, that they're 3 contemptors specifically, right? So that they may only be contemptors. So, but yeah, I think you could do like all sorts of things with those contemptors. A couple melee contemptors and a shooty one, and you've got then a lot of punch from one detachment. And then he is also useful to run around repairing stuff. I think he's all right.
If you want to run a lot of contemptors, he's the way to do it.
For sure.
Because otherwise, they only exist in slots of 1, right? So in the heavy support slot, or you use your prime slot to unlock something. So if you do want to run 3 contemptors, he's the way to do it.
Yes. And then you got the Terminator version of him, of course.
Yep.
We got the Warmonger.
So
he is... Go ahead.
I was going to say, so the Warmonger's interesting because he's got his splice thing. What is it called?
The etheric juncture
splicer. So the rules on the next page. A unit which includes a model with the etheric juncture splicer can deep strike, but risks becoming suppressed. I always try to... There's so many words in these.
Yeah.
While such a model is joined a unit in reserve, it only contains a model of the Legion of Astartes trait. They gain the deep strike. Additionally, when a unit which contains models with etheric juncture splicer suffers 1 or more unsaved wounds as a result of an interceptor advanced reaction, that unit immediately gains the suppressed tactical status. So it's kind of high risk in a way.
Yeah. So,
but this is how you get deep strike.
Yeah.
Very good.
He's okay. He's fine. I don't see him. His whole thing is allowing things to deep strike that don't normally deep strike, right? That's essentially what he does.
Yeah, I don't think it's that good because I think that people are going to react and interceptor you, and if you gain the suppressed tactical status, like you're just... I mean, I guess you can clear it before you do anything. It's just you're then going to be snap shooting. I don't love it. And you can't charge at a deep strike anymore. I just don't see this guy on the table as much as you would in 2.0, right? Like he was kind of a staple of some people's armies.
Yeah.
It could allow you to deep strike down Terminators, like and do crazy things. I mean, now it just... I'm sure there'll be some exceptions to the rule, but like he just doesn't seem that good to me.
He's also crazy points. Like being able to deep strike something in is obviously it's flexible, but you're quite right. Everything you just said, and so that means it leans you to wanting to deep strike in something that's shooty, and you've got drop pods for that. You've got other ways of getting in shooty stuff. The whole army's shooting, for God's sake, right?
And you only get 1 deep strike a turn too.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be cool if he lets you make a disorder charge or something. That's what this guy needs. Hit the etheric juncture splicer allows you, give him some piece of war gear that allows him to make a disordered charge when he comes in, and then he's warranted for his points cost, right? You've got this like iffy charge sort of thing to try and do, but he's
instead if they tap you, you suffer one or more unsaved wounds. You get
from interceptor
as well,
yeah,
which is, I mean, that's pretty common, right? So you're going to come down with Terminators, like, and you're going to want your Terminators to be suppressed for a turn. Like, I don't know. I don't rate this guy. I think
trash.
I think he's kind of stinky.
He's trash. Moving on. We're nearly there, guys. Pathfinder. If you're an hour and 10 in, good news. We've just reached the Pathfinder. Everyone's favorite. All right, we're going to do a half an hour deep dive on how to run your Pathfinder. So he is 60 points. He is a scout. He has scout armor with an invulnerable save. He has a fairly standard Centurion-esque stat line other than the armor save. He can set up 9 inches away. I think that's how Infiltrate works now, right? He gains move through cover. He has smoke screen. That's pretty much it. He can take a sniper rifle. He can what? Sorry.
He can have a Legion officer weapon, so you can make him choppy or shooty. Like I rate him more than the Warmonger. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if you've got like a unit of shotgunners, scout shotgunners that you want to have up close, but you want something with a bit of punch in there to like try and get like a turn 2 charge or something, or like be a speed bump, then he's a way to like boost that speed bump, especially he's got smoke screen as well.
He'll also give you a detachment for 60 points, right? So you could chuck him in for a detachment, make him super cheap.
Give him a combi melter. Go hunt something.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say he's like the most elite choice ever, but I would say over the Warmonger, I would much rather have a Pathfinder nowadays. And that is not. You would have never caught me saying change. And I think they'd be more useful.
Yeah.
I think the Pathfinder is better. I think he could actually see some play. So like that is. Yeah. I mean, you could chuck him in with a squad of recons, and they could just bend on his 9 leadership, right? Like, and he has the smoke screen reaction. So like you give him a Nemesis bolter for 5 points. He's 65 points. Chuck him in with some recons, and there you go. They have a 9 leadership, right? So
yeah,
there you go. I thought you were waving.
It's just I've sat still for too long. I'm dying, going stale. So I've got flies coming around me now. I actually want to do a Pathfinder and Vigilator list. That'll be fun. Just max out all your command slots, as many as you can squeeze in. Anyway, he is a little saboteur type character, isn't he? I guess kind of. Right, moving on. The Armistice. So this guy, again, he is similar to the Pathfinder. I don't really see you using this guy too much. What does he get? Implacable Advance, which allows you to move and shoot, isn't it, or something along those lines?
If it's not heavy, you treat it as an assault weapon.
Yep.
But he could take heavy weapons.
But his whole thing is taking heavy weapons. Yeah, exactly. In fact, he must have a heavy weapon. That is what he has to have. He's got an augury scanner, so
can't shroud against him.
Yep. He's if you've got an Opte, you're taking an Opte, and you're like, well, actually, I could do with an extra las cannon in my las cannon squad. I'll just take an Armistice instead. But you still got to pay for the heavy weapon. It's not like you've got it in the built in your profile, so. I don't see this guy being used too much, to be honest. It doesn't really do a lot, does he?
No, I don't think he doesn't really bring anything to the table but an augury scanner. So like,
and a heavy weapon
and a BS5. I mean, it's not terrible.
It's definitely not great.
Better than the Warmonger.
Yeah. And then finally.
Now,
thank you for getting to this length in our video, guys. The Master of Descent. There we go. Wonderful. The Master of Descent. Do you want to hit him?
Yeah. So this guy is pretty cool. His Master of Descent rule means you can deep strike turn 1, and your Stratovox means he auto makes the roll to come in. So he just comes in turn 1 with his deep strike, which is pretty cool. And he also comes with his
pretty reliable.
own, yeah, he comes with his own Planetfall Spear Tip Auxiliary Detachment, which is pretty good, actually. He's got like the oh my god, what's the better one called again?
Retinue.
Yeah, Retinue, thank you. Retinue and 2 elite slots, which are prime slots. So really not bad at all.
Yeah, so the Retinue must be a Praetorian command squad with a jump pack. With jump packs, sorry. And the elite squads must be veteran assault squads. So it has to be jump pack units in there. But yeah, 2 prime jump pack veteran squads is pretty tasty, to say the least. Yeah. Because actually, even if you just did logistical benefit on those 2 guys, you've then got, you've almost got another auxiliary detachment off of just from having 2 logistical benefits, right? So you can almost treat this guy as unlocking two detachments in a way.
He's almost like forget the guy who unlocks the dreadnoughts, but he brings 3 jump pack units. Yeah, 3 jump pack units, and he can bring 2 dreadnoughts if he wants.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah. No, he's good. He doesn't. Does he? He does get to choose some officer war gear. Yeah. I think he's good. I think he's going to be seen here, there, and everywhere.
Anyone who wants to like bring down jump hackers, I think he'll be great.
So that's that. Hopefully that's a little bit of a deep dive for you guys. We are going to come back and do our top 5 rated command options, I think. That'll be a good fun video to do a bit more of a comparison on. But that was hopefully a little bit of a snippet and look into what they do and a bit of a conversation. Let us know what you think, what you're excited to use. Let us know if we got anything wrong, what we got right. Anything that you would like to add or comment on, Jay?
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to give my highlights and say, like, I think we're going to see Centurions. I think we're going to see Masters of Signals. I think we're going to see Chaplains once people get over how lackluster they are.
Yeah.
Maybe some Siege Breakers, depending on what people want to take. Maybe some Forge Lords. Like, there's a lot of options in here. As you guys found out, if you'd stayed this long to the end of the video, let us know what your favorite console is. There's a lot to choose from now. And like Pete said, we'll come back and do a top 5 and we'll get into more why these are our top 5. But I just kind of want to touch on it. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. And we'll see you in the next one.
Laters.